Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. And you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Hello, hello, hello. I feel like I am... Hold on a second, I want to fix my video here. Yeah, white balance got autoed again. I feel like it makes me look a bit pale, but it's trying to autocorrect my black hoodie is the problem. Did I okay that or did I? No, yeah, I did okay that. Okay. Now I look like I'm lively again. I'm not a pale ghost. I am just a Logic Dolphin. All right, so yep, the message went through. That's cool. Right, so what's this weekly one shot here? Digital Chrysalis? Oh, it's the base game one shot. Let's go and play this. Be the first person to play this. Oh no, this just ended. Wait. It's literally just ended. Wait. Back. Button. Ah, there we go. I guess if you start the game up at 6:55, it doesn't update the link. Okay, never mind. My Bloody Valentines! The closed-door meeting between Baron Blade and Blood Countess Bathory had been going on forever, and Citizen Hammer was bored. Hey, I know, let's figure out what to say when the heroes show up. You know they will, right? They always do. How about... He shot a blast of flame down the length of the cavernous hall. My fire is red, her lightning is blue, poetry sucks, it's time to burn you all to a crisp, ha 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 ha! Citizen Anvil raised an eyebrow in response. This one-shot requires Shattered Timelines, Wrath of the Cosmos, Vengeance, Villains of the Multiverse, and Oblivion. So it's challenge with Friction, Sergeant Steel, Citizens Hammer and Anvil, Baron Blade versus Extremist Skyscraper, and Harpy, and Chrono-Ranger, and Prime Warden's Haka, and the Court of Blood. Challenge mode. Ghost Dolphin. Very spooky. Well, I am the very first person to do this one shot. Not even John has done this one shot. He just put random code out. You can't match my speed. You'll find out the hard way. I fight things both large and small with equal ability. Look out, friend persons. I do not want you to become squished. All right. Extremist Skyscraper has Colossal Left Hook, Explosive Reveal, Rebounding Debilitator, not Defibrillator, and Thorathian Monolith. Harpy, Base Harpy, has Ancient Tome, Eldritch Training, Huge and Immune, and Swift Summoning. Chrono-Ranger has Dead or Alive, Hunter and Hunted, Just Doing My Job, and Sudden Contract. And Extreme Prime Warden Haka has Mare, Punish the Weak, Savage Mana, Talmoko. Okay. So challenge Friction. The Shock Dampener's card is indestructible, so Friction will be forever immune to lightning damage. Sergeant Steel's challenge. Whenever an agent enters play, reduce damage dealt to that agent by 2 until the start of Sergeant Steel's next turn. Whenever an agent's filter icon is activated, that agent regains 2 HP. And Citizen Hammer challenge. Whenever a hero uses a power, discard the top card of that hero's deck. If the discarded card was an ongoing card, Citizen Hammer deals that hero 2 fire damage. Otherwise, Citizen Hammer and Citizen Anvil each regain 2 HP. Oh my god. Oh, and actually it's the same for both. Okay. Baron Blade is immune to villain damage. Exciting. Alright, so... Yeah, and Hammer's the one that if we incap him first, he gets resurrected by Anvil. That's kind of annoying. Whenever a hero uses a power, either 2 damage is dealt or 2 HP is regained by the villains. Grr. So what does that make our first priority? Friction is terrible. Baron Blade is terrible. Sergeant Steel is terrible. Citizen's Hammer and Anvil are terrible. This is like Oblivion, but worse. It's a precursor to Oblivion. Well, I guess I should start the game and see. We have Shock Dampeners, which is immune, or is indestructible. Stolen Gear, which is not indestructible. Bomb Specialist with a -2 to damage for the rest until the start of Sergeant Steel's next turn. Infiltrationist. Wildfire, which is not Bastion. Hammer and Shield. Genetically Fused Physique. Displacing Teleporter. Damage for 0. Damage for not 0. And damage, except it doesn't hit Baron Blade, it doesn't hit the agents, and it plays extra cards. This is a terrible Valentine's Day. Also doesn't hit Friction because she's immune to lightning forever. Highbrow, Sharpshooter, Cover Fire, still not Bastion, Omniblade. Okay, well, at least there were terrible things. So I always feel like when I'm playing team villains that going after the targets are not a good idea. You want to go after the main villains, but is there one that we need to like get rid of because it's absolutely terrible? Like Stolen Gear stops Friction from playing extra cards, for instance, but it's just like 1 card play out of 4 or 5. And then the agents, I mean, like, they all don't have that much HP, but Sergeant Steel also doesn't have that much HP. And Steel's in-cap is the start of each active villain's turn. That villain deals the hero target with the highest HP 1 projectile damage, which is a rather inert in-cap. Versus Bomb Specialist, that when this is activated, 2 hero targets are dealt 2 and 2 damage. And also this target deals the same damage, 2 damage. Same target dealt by Sergeant Steel damage. At the end of Sergeant Steel's turn, play the top card of Sergeant Steel's deck and optionally destroy 1 equipment card. And damage dealt by Sergeant Steel is irreducible, and this card deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 projectile damage. Yeah, there's a lot of bad Sergeant Steel cards, but I think basically every card is just like bad in the sense of they deal damage. They always deal damage. So this is Extremist, which is a bit weird. If I go huge, what will that do? Destroy an environment card. It is not a target. I presume, yeah, I think it works that way. If there isn't an environment card destroyed, it triggers the second part. Skyscraper deals each target 2 sonic damage and switches normal. I'm tempted to go Colossal Left Hook into Thorathian Monolith here and do some AoE right out the gate. Because the villains always start with extra setup and we gotta like hamper them. And so Cover Fire is damage reduction and a reaction. Reaction. Awesome word from Definitive Edition. Yeah, what do we want to do here? Should I move my webcam up? Put it right there in the middle. I don't know if that even makes sense. I'll put myself in the environment. There we go. Oh. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I'm blocking like hit point numbers here though. Maybe I'll just situate myself like right here. It doesn't seem like it's blocking much other than Baron Blade's portrait and Citizen Hammer's portrait. That's what I really don't like about... So what I don't like about, like, things covering the game feed is I always have to be mindful of what's covering what. I really liked having, like, an overlay, but I don't feel like overlays are that common these days. Everyone just does this full screen with webcam thing. But it gets in the way of showing information sometimes. So is it worth stopping Sergeant Steel playing an extra card or dealing extra damage to Sergeant Steel to try to get him taken out? Like, we're not at risk of losing an equipment card because we're not playing an equipment card. The one that we'd be at risk of is an ongoing card. I guess there's also a question of, like, what are these people doing? Do we have AoE here with Harpy? I don't think we do. Because it's the one that summons, right? Yeah, the one that summons deals AoE projectile, but we don't have that. We just have Fusion and Munin. I mean, like, Omniblade is one that, like, whatever, deals damage. We don't care about that one. First time a hero card enters play, each turn this card deals the hero card with the highest HP 1 energy damage. It's not that bad. I don't care about that one. This is damage reduction to Citizen Anvil. We have one to Hammer as well. But we can't, well, we can destroy that one, but it's not a big deal. Optionally, we destroy Stolen Gear, which would be a bit more efficient damage dealing, because it would be 3 and 2. But we're already past Friction's turn, and Sergeant Steel is next. I guess we wait for Sudden Contract, or by any means, to whittle down Sergeant Steel, so the damage is more efficient. I'm gonna keep the link, I think. Water doesn't matter, right? There's no redirection, no protections, no damage reductions. Well, there are, but we're not destroying anything. Well, also, Infiltration just had a -2 anyway, so we couldn't have hit her and taken her out anyway. Is this the one that activates all filter icons? It just activates the filter on Mega Gunner. Okay. Yeah, there's one that's pretty bad like that. Reveal cards until an agent is revealed, and yeah. But then there's also one that says activate all filter icons that have not been activated this turn. And this one that's activated is increased damage dealt by this card by 2. The first time Sergeant Steel or an agent is dealt damage by a non-villain target each turn, this card deals that target 5 projectile damage. Well, that's pretty rough. Infiltrationist brings out Battle Medic. So, first time Sergeant Steel or an agent is dealt damage by a non-villain target. It doesn't even, like, this is so rude that it specifies a non-villain target. So rude. We can't even redirect damage to use it up. That's so rude. Okay, well then we don't want to focus on Steel right now because we dealt 5 damage. I'm almost perfectly lined up with Haka on the villain turn. I'll need to check that out next time. So if I'm not going after Steel this turn, I also don't feel like going after Baron Blade with this -1 and 2 HP recovery. I go after Friction, even though I just took out her extra card play. Because I have 2 damage that can't hit the new agents, and it could hit an agent at the cost of 5 HP. I could try to go after Hammer or Anvil, except there's -1s there. But it's like -1, -1, -1 retaliation. The only one that we could go after is Friction. Unless we want to go after something else, but the agents have -2, except for the ones that are in play, and they have 5 retaliation damage, so I don't think it's worth. You always activate the same one, though, right? The highest HP one. Which means you're always activating Mega Gunner. So, like, we're gonna have to, like, bite the bullet and damage Mega Gunner just so that there's a tie and we can have something else go off. Guess we could have Harpy take that. I mean, well, it doesn't matter because it's redirecting to Skyscraper, but 5 doesn't... 5 is more than 2, so she will take damage. I think I want to dehuge and immune because they're protected for now. Except I can't even hit him because he has -2, so never mind. He's just going to be active again next turn. So I will just... I'll go after Friction. Oh yeah, they also have 2 HP recovery because of challenge rules. So... it's kind of pointless to hit them until we have, like, big damage outside of powers. I drew, what, Conjured Aura? I think I want the damage because we don't have the Harpy Hex yet. What is Friction's in cap? Card destruction, that's also pretty bad. Destroy 2 equipment cards. We have none of those. Alright, so even though there is retaliation here, I still like by any means on Steel. Or damage at the expense of 3 to Skyscraper, I think is okay. No extra cards, no extra powers. The worst one. So that can protect Chrono-Ranger with Hunter and Hunted. We don't have that in play yet, and currently everything's redirecting to Skyscraper anyway. You could, of course, counter that a bit, except I think, like, not really worth doing. I could have put Talmoko out. I could put Mare out and hit something. 3 damage for 3 damage. That one's probably not worth. I mean, he is at 16. Thing is, we don't have like super big damage lined up, so like Steel's still gonna have like basically another round of actions occurring. Punish the Weak is kind of terrible because it's always going to want to hit shock dampeners, especially once shock dampeners hits negative. It's just never gonna. It's just gonna be -1 to everything. Savage Mana could be interesting, except for not like rampaging. So it's either Mare or Talmoko. We're currently protected for one more turn. Hey, Iron Moose. I forgot to check that I was Haka during the villain turn. Whoops. I guess it's an equipment that we don't have right now. So if I play Mare, it's likely to be destroyed by anything that says destroy an equipment card. This destroys ongoing cards, and there are 2 surges in the trash, so it would actually destroy everything. It's if this one goes off, which would only go off if he plays the card I looked at that said activate all filter icons that haven't been activated yet. So Talmoko is not guaranteed to survive. Mare is not guaranteed to survive. I'll put out Mare because I don't want to use my base power this turn. I feel like we're just never going to get past the retaliation damage, so we might as well just like get rid of Steel and then worry about what to do later. Worry about regaining HP after the fact or something. Infecting an air does nothing. Also, let me take a look. Hey, I am almost perfectly Haka. Ooh, I am Haka. I am Haka. Except I have to move. Deal each target 1 and play extra cards. Cool. It's actually a 0, but sure. And you get to do that again. So Thorathian Monolith has prevented a lot of damage this round. But is that the best turn to have played the Monolith? Haka is active in this game. Anytime a hero target would deal damage to friction, redirect it to this card. We just want to make things exciting, don't we? So neutralizing Resonator on Baron Blade, that's the only ongoing card that's in play. Can't destroy it until the start of my next turn. But I'm gonna be like playing both these cards, right? Unless there's a link in my trash, which there isn't. I also get to play the bottom card of my deck, so there's gonna be lots of plays. Oh, but I can't actually do that because I can only play 1 card. So this is actually a weak turn, isn't it? I can't actually play more than 1 card. I do think neutralizing Resonator on Baron Blade is the best. Is it better than a random bottom card play? Except I have to... If there's no link in my trash, I have to play the link, and so I can't play the bottom card of my deck. I'm locked. Actually, it just doesn't even have to go on anyone. I may destroy any ongoing card. Whatever, it goes next to Baron Blade. We discarded a Baron Blade card. We are not getting Ruin. We have successfully skipped the Ruin trap. Arsenator. So now we have an interesting thing where we can stop this card from retaliating, except that forces Arsenator to go off. And that is actually worse, right? Because it hits Hugin and Munin. Like, it's hitting 5 targets for 2 damage, for 10 damage, versus this could hit... Well, I mean, it might hit for more damage overall, though. That's a tough one. Because, like, Harpy is here... I mean, I guess actually can only go off at most 4 times, right? Well, 5 times, including the environment turn. But it's not each target, so, like, Harpy would be hit... Chrono-Ranger would be hit, Haka would be hit, Expatriate would be hit. So it'd be like 12 damage at most, but if Sergeant Steel then is removed from the game, or incapped, then it would be less damage. So I think we want Mega Gunner to go off. Oh, and it doesn't matter because all filter icons are activating anyway. There was no choice. It was an illusion of choice. And Mira's going away anyway. Oh, it hits each target. Oh. Key text, key clause. Doesn't affect my ability to take out steel, though. Cover fire. Oh, we could remove neutralizing resonator instead. And keep Mare. Problem is we don't have much ongoing destruction. So if we ever want to remove genetically fused physique, it's going to have to be either with neutralizing resonator or emergency evac. Well, emergency evac's a lot better, isn't it? I mean, we're not focused on Baron Blade right now. We can get it back with improvise. So if I used Swift Summoning, I could still have another hero play a card, because it's just each player cannot play more than one card. It doesn't say only one card may be played per turn. And I can't play an ongoing card off of this because of Impulsion Beam. What about a Conjured Aura for slightly more damage? Or a temporal grenade. Oh, you're right. Chrono-Ranger does have temporal grenades. That's right. He does have those. I always forget he has ongoing destruction because it's like a weird, like you have to commit a play and a power to it. Prevent the next damage dealt by Chrono. Well, that's weird. My plan was compounded bow. I guess if I had left my Link in play, I could have destroyed it for 6 damage to steal with that. Which is unfortunate. Unfortunately, don't have that much damage before Sergeant Steele's next turn. We can do 2 damage off of this. We can do 3 damage off of that. I could do just doing my job and then base power for 2 damage. And that's really it. There's a chance that the bottom card play does something exciting. But that requires me to not play a card from my hand. I could move a Link from my trash. It is this week's one shot. Spoilers! I am the first one to play it. Well, John plus beta testers. And then me. That's why I might not necessarily do this from now on, because I'm now like the very first person fresh off the market. It spoils everyone who wants to play this themselves. Although, of course, with the way that things go, you can certainly have a different outcome or decks played or order of cards played depending on like the decisions, such as who you played Neutralizing Resonator on, for instance, because that skips Baron Blade's next card the way I did it. Or if you destroy Infiltrationist, you don't get through Sergeant Steele's deck as quickly. Or if you don't use as many powers, then you draw cards differently because of the challenge rule here. I guess we've only been discarding one-shots because I don't think we've been dealt damage, have we? Maybe a Thorathian Monolith got revealed. What does this one do again? Non-vampire target with the lowest, and it's currently highbrow at 2. That's not going to change with Haka either. If vampire damage is a character card this way. Actually, that'll be really exciting if that were to hit. If that were to hit Sergeant Steele, because that would mean that he could hit villain targets and then himself, and possibly take himself out. But there's a bit of other targets in the way here. Highbrow is, of course, the lowest. Shock Dampeners is next lowest, but if Shock Dampeners is indestructible, and so we can't damage it to get rid of it. the best we could expect to do would be to put Sergeant Steel down to 3 to tie it, but we can't even do that brute force. Wonder if it's worth putting out Hunter and Hunted. And instead of using Mare, we just use Haka's base power. We play Tomoko in base power, and then Chrono-Ranger is the big damage dealer of the group. Doesn't do anything this turn now. But like, we're not doing that much to steal before the environment turn anyway. Hey, Nepikaros. I just don't know what Harpy is supposed to be doing! Harpy, what are you doing? Nobody knows what Harpy is supposed to be doing. Now, Matron Erzi infects Highbrow. Aha! And that's what, the one that provides damage reduction and heals. Right? Yeah. Flip a bird. Well, that's Nemesis, and that's Nemesis, so Skyscraper? Now notice she didn't play an extra card, and that's because we got rid of the other thing, which is cool. There are no links in play. Like, do I just do a random bottom play? I'm gonna do a random bottom play. Catch a ride. A target other than Skyscraper. So Chrono. Is that 2? I think Chrono's the safest because he's not being dealt damage. Excuse me? Sergeant Steel and agents are immune to damage dealt by non-hero targets. Okay, well, that doesn't do anything. Cool. Alright. I can't do 3 damage to you, can I? It doesn't seem that way. I could hit the hippo twice. And we're in shield, maybe? Like, impulsion beams are terrible, but that's like a lot of hit points I have to get through anyway. I guess it'd be swift summoning. Because I can't use Ancient Tome other than putting ongoing cards into my hand. Unless I don't do my play phase. Well, but I have to do it on subsequent turns to do that. So random play on Chrono, maybe? Displaced Armory. Except it didn't work. Apparently when it says each hero target, that does mean all hero targets, so I don't like that language, but whatever. I learned something new today. At the end of the day, it comes down to what Christopher wants more than anything. Commodore has the same issue with Sweet Spot. Oh, Harpy's playing the card. Okay, fair. It does say, what? Play. Yeah, it's Harpy's play. I think it's probably literally like we had this discussion like 4 weeks ago or something. I just forgot the rules. It doesn't matter who, right? Alright, so by any means is gone. I could still summon... Is it actually summon? Is that actually the word summon? In Definitive Edition, I don't know. I've not looked at Definitive Edition since I sleeved the cards, so I don't know. But like we have Ultimate Target. And that's a +1 by Chrono, and damage dealt by that target causes a power usage the first time each turn. But then this is also a +1, so it basically serves as a +2 to a singular target. But interestingly, Ultimate Target's the only one that doesn't get removed. So it's actually nice because it will power up Hunter and Hunted even after the target leaves play. So we have this problem with friction right now where Hippo's eating up the damage. Which means we probably have to deal with Hippo. Either that or Haka's existence is now towards friction. Haka exists to take down friction, is my takeaway from that. Alternatively, I put it on like Hammer/Anvil. Or even Baron Blade, but we still have the stupid Genetically fused physique there. Also, I don't like that. I don't like that. That will actually hit Haka when Chrono-Ranger hits himself. But yeah. I could just put out Compounded Bow for this turn and worry about sudden contract next turn. Now if I take out Hammer and Shield and get rid of Anvil's damage reduction, so we could then prioritize Anvil a little better. Hammer doesn't revive Anvil, but it's Bastion that does it. So it serves as a means of preventing Bastion from being a problem, I guess, if we prioritize Anvil. Also, currently, Matron Erzi is taking out Hammer and Shield. Cosmic is not active in this game. So if we do use Mare to take out Hammer and Shield, then Matron Erzi goes after Shock Dampeners. There's no way of getting Matron Erzi to hit a villain target or villain character card with this. Not that that would be the most useful. So I don't think we hit Hammer and Shield if we're going to use Mare. I'm probably fine keeping the redirect on Chrono, because it actually mitigates this thing. They try to hit Chrono, it redirects to Haka for -1. Or even if it's +1, then the redirection effect actually makes Haka regain a hit point. So like that seems to be a way of countering that mechanic. And it's not like the 2 damage is doing anything appreciable this turn. It could be 3 to Hippo. We can either draw 2 and regain 1 + X, or regain 2 and draw 1. I think is the takeaway here. We're not doing Punish the Weak. I don't see Savage Mana being useful in this game. At least until we get Rampage, and then with Rampage it changes things. I think I want a little more hit points. Octave Shielding is... I don't know how powerful it actually is. Dominion. Oh, never mind. Huge Dominion. Okay, well. My bad. They had 1 hit point. Should have read the card, huh? H-Pro read the card. We are destroying everything. Okay, well, so much for Talmoko. Losing Talmoko is actually pretty bad, IMO. Pretty bad. So this will put 2 links into play, which is bypassing the 1 card from replayed effect. Could try to put a lot of links on one target here. Maybe. I mean, it's hippos in the way again. Whatever, I'm doing it. I want to see what these cards are. I think they're better than anything else we have. Your only equipment is the tome. You have a number of equipments. And then you have Tomoko and Taiha. Or not Tomoko, Mare. Now... tricky thing, though, is that puts into play... Yeah, it does put into play. Okay, so that bypasses that. Is that better on Skyscraper right now? I think it would be great if we had the AoE one. If Dorothea came out and we gave it a +1 to villains and -2 to heroes, that would be really sick. So I think that goes on Skyscraper then. The only alternative is Chrono. We want Chrono to be pumping out damage with compounded bow anyway. 3 more damage prevention. Probably hammer. The first time Citizen Anvil is dealt damage, Citizen Hammer deals the source of that damage to fire damage. And they are immune to each other's damage. But... what is it? This one is -1 to Anvil. This one is -1 to Hammer. So, like, it'd be pretty potent for something to hit Anvil. But Anvil's immune to damage dealt by Hammer. Anvil's not immune to damage dealt by Anvil, but Anvil is immune to damage that Hammer would be dealing. So I don't want Hammer to try to hit Anvil or Anvil to hit Anvil then. It might not even be worth hitting them, because they might regain 2 hit points after this is done. There's no pluses anywhere, right? Maybe I do friction onto hammer and shield. Like I'm still wary of hitting Baron Blade right now. Like it doesn't, like any damage I do is just gonna be undone. So we do have like, a big number of arcanes. The problem, of course, is the -1s. So I can't hit Baron Blade, can't hit Hammer, can't hit Anvil. Friction redirects to Hippo. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just doing this. I don't like hitting Hippo. I don't like hitting Hippo, but there's like, other than the impulsion beams, there's like nothing else to hit. Well, there's everything to hit, and I chose the wrong one. Oh. The environment is higher than us right now. Is that our saving grace? Yeah, there's also, we lost the -1 to Anvil. I could have hit Anvil. Whoops. Oh, did this only destroy ongoing cards? It did. Still have compounded bow, but we don't have hunter and hunted. That was an effective 2 damage, I guess. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Doesn't seem like we're winning this. This is currently going after Extremist Skyscraper, so yikers. Hit the impulsion beam though, and it gets down lower. So probably just gonna Haka restore here. You're pretty low because of all the damage you've taken from Chrono without Talmoko. You do have Rampage now. That said, I still don't think Savage Man is a thing. Don't think Punish the Weak's a thing. I'm keeping Rampage. I'm gonna keep the other Haka of Restoration. Might not even have been worth to do this because you're gonna heal back. Oh. Oh. Well. At least you didn't regain hit points. We've made progress on Anvil. Oh, but I was supposed to hit something else. Shoot. Because now you're dead. Whoops. Well, if I lost the game by 1 damage, it's because I'm bad. It's a bad turn to have +1. Your targets are immune to damage. No. This seemed rough. But clearly the problem is... not me, it's the rules. Clearly, it's the game's fault. Yeah, we're not surviving this turn. Are we? Oh yeah, we're not. Whew. Well. You lose. That's what I get for doing the one-shot live on stream. Thanks, John. Alright. I've been recommended by Seamus that I should do the gun club. And he said that they are Tucker. Which is where? Are these alphabetical by expansion or are they all alphabetical? No, they're not. They're by expansion. Oh, Tucker's here. I heard that song once, then tried again, so you're welcome. I know it's not Cauldron, I know. I thought that Cauldron was first, was why I wasn't looking left of Cauldron, I was looking only to the right of Cauldron. Tango 1. Tsukiko. Trade. And they each have a gun club variant, apparently. Gun club. Gun club. Gun club. Gun club. Gun club. Okay. Got all the gun clubs. So it doesn't help that I don't know how most of these decks work anyway. I'm probably slightly more familiar with Tsukiko, because we had a lot of fun with Tsukiko in the Oblivion game. And we did Tango 1 last week. Expatriate is, of course, Vanilla. Tucker is not the other one. Tucker is not Charlie. And then Charade I've not played before ever, so we're gonna have some fun times figuring out these decks. But that's part of what I'm trying to do, is to figure out how these custom decks work. I'm just gonna stick them against Voss, because I want to go old school today. Let's go old school. Old school with new stuff. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Actually, I want to do it in a different environment though. Old school villain, just so I have like some idea of control, and then new school environment. We did Halberd last time. I have no idea the difficulties of these environments. Oh, it does say on here, doesn't it? Cool. Let's do a 2-1. Superstorm Akela? Sure. So what does this do? Reveal the top card of up to 2 hero decks. One player may play their one-shot card revealed this way, replace or discard the other revealed cards. Expatriate destroys an equipment card, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a gun card, put it into your hand or into play, discard the other revealed cards. So it's a weird Unity sort of thing. Tenko 1, select a hero, increase the next damage dealt by that hero by 1. You may discard the top card of your deck. If it is a critical card, increase that next damage by an additional 2. Tsukiko. Tsukiko deals up to X targets 1 projectile damage each, where X equals 1 plus the number of suit effects you can activate. And Charade. Charade deals 1 target, 1 psychic damage. You may discard a card under this card to increase that damage by 2. Interesting, there's lots of onesies. Cower before the might of the Thorathian conquering fleet. Do you feel lucky? 'Cause Division 6 isn't holding me back. Do you feel lucky? Actually, I guess we would only do that. But she's holding a handgun. Just imagining Expatriate going, do you feel lucky? Yeah, lots of onesies is what I said. Because it's like, what? There's one player plays a one-shot, destroy 1 equipment card, put 1 gun into play, increase the next damage dealt by that hero by 1, or not, additional 2 optionally. Deal 1 damage to X targets. Deal 1 damage, sometimes plus 2. So it's a lot of 1 effects. Hey, Licky! Welcome to the Gun Club. We're playing 5 different custom decks right now. We have the Bionaut, the Infantry, the Frosthound, the Iron Lancer, and the Psyweaver. So lots of AoE and some low damage. Lowest HP damage, and a little more highest HP damage, to be fair. Actually, no, Bionaut's also lowest, isn't he? Or is he highest? Or is he something else? Yeah, he's lowest. He's lowest. This is a terrible one-shot, John. I don't care that this isn't a one-shot. This is a terrible one-shot. Alright, so I have a handgun that deals 3 damage, which effectively takes out a minion. I probably should have gone through these cards first. Gun Club Tucker starts with Derringer, Pistol Whip, Sharp Tongue, and Twin Pistols. Gun Club Expatriate starts with Quick Draw, 2 reloads, and an RPG launcher. Gun Club Tango 1 starts with Damn Good Ground, Disabling Shot, Ghost Reactor, and Opportunist. Gun Club Tsukiko's has Ace Up My Sleeve, Escape Artist, Frantic Attack, and Win the Crowd. Gun Club Charade has Betsy, Empty the Magazine, Reckless Escalation, and 3 Steps Ahead. I have literally no idea what any of those cards do. So there's... it's not a one-shot, it's a onesie. There's 2 ways I could do this. I could go through every single card that I have on all of my heroes right now, and I can plan out the next round, and 30 minutes later we'll finally get to the next villain turn. Or I do this hero by hero and decide what each hero does live with no takebacks, and we'll see how badly that goes. I feel like that would be a lot more fun. I mean, at least have an idea of what Expatriate's gonna do, but I'm not gonna think that far ahead. We're gonna think one hero. This is not how you would normally play Sentinels. Normally want to coordinate with your allies and make decisions based on efficient damage and all that, but let's do something different today. Option B, but with takebacks. I can only take back one previous hero, though. I can use a power on a handgun card. I don't have handguns in play. Deal one target, one sonic. That target deals himself 2 irreducible psychic. Oh, so we should put that on the Psyweaver, huh? The hero takes damage this way. The hero may draw a card, play a card, or use a power. And then 2 targets, 2 projectile damage each. Or play up to 2 trick shot cards. We have 0 trick shot cards. So like obviously Derringer immediately kills a minion. Twin Pistols sets up for at least one for 2 minions to be taken out by ping damage later, and we do have ping damage if we ignore any other effects. So I think I'm gonna do Twin Pistols then. And we're gonna focus on the AoE stuff. We also have this Quark Drive issue, but we have to mitigate the damage right now. If there's anything I learned in the previous game, we have to mitigate the damage. All right, that is Tucker's turn. No takebacks. No takebacks. I can destroy the handgun card to reveal a random gun card. This would be what? Discover? Discover a gun card? Or is it summon a gun card? I think it's summon. So, like, this is also an effect that appears on villain stuff. I think with villains it's summon, but I wonder whether summon shuffles them back into the deck versus discover. Discard. I don't know. I haven't learned the language yet. But I can do another setup for takedown with ping if I do Pride or Prejudice, so I shall. It's neither. Oh. Plot twist. I want to take out the guys that hit lowest. Lowest is always risky because it puts someone at risk of being incapped. So this is an increase the next damage dealt effect. Immune to psychic, you say? Hey. That immediately finishes off 3 targets right now. The question is whether these 2 were going to do anything about it. And whether I wanted to actually get set up for something else. Let's just do the easy approach here. Not thinking ahead. It is a bunch of variants for a bunch of mods, yes. These are each from one different mod. Because we have case files here, I think. No, incognito comics, never mind. We have fan-made comics. Well, I think that's really just what it's called whenever you do a variant, I don't know. We have abstract tales, we have spooky Ghost Rider comics, and we have Team Menagerie comics. Technically this one is Cauldron. Look at that awesome teamwork. So a lot of these are going to be good candidates for +1, I presume. I don't want to click on their decks because I'm going to start looking at their cards and deciding based on efficiency, but I don't want to do that. We want to pretend like it's a closed deck game with no communication. Let's give it to Tucker. Yeah, Tucker. I'll do Tucker. Discard. It's not critical. That is critical. It's the first one I said. Alright, these don't activate suits. But I can still deal 1 damage with that, for instance. But none of these are suits. So I presume we're doing... This is really potent card draw. This is really potent damage. And card draw. I'm gonna go with the damage. Because I can finish it off. Alright, you got rid of most of the damage. For now. Alright, now Charade. I have literally no idea how this deck plays. When this card enters play, if it was not played from your hand, Charade deals 1 target 2 irreducible psychic damage. Power. Charade deals 1 target 3 projectile damage. Betsy and I are going to introduce ourselves to our unwanted guests. Say hello to my little friend. Empty the magazine. Discard any number of cards from under your character card. Charade deals 1 target X projectile damage, where X is 3 plus the number of cards discarded this way. Draw a card. You shot at me? I shouted downrange first. Reckless Escalation. Discard a card from under your character card. You've thus far seen 3 effects that say discard a card from under this card, and literally none of them put cards... Oh, never mind, this one does. Put up to 2 card from under your character card into play, or put up to 2 cards from your trash under your character card. Okay. So there is a means of getting cards under the character card. There are no cards. There are no cards. There are no cards with the keyword cards. 3 steps ahead. Whenever you put a card into play from anywhere other than your hand, Charade regains 1 HP at the end of your turn. If you put a card under your character card this turn, draw a card. Interesting. And then this one was what? Deal damage? Possibly more. So we don't have a means of getting things under our character card this turn. Just a future turn with Reckless Escalation. I would kill the Shock of Infantry, but I'm not worried about it as much. It is doing 3 damage to Tango 1 or Tsukiko, but I guess this also deals 3 damage, huh? I'd rather take out the Translocator or work on it, because there's going to be approximately a 9,000% chance that we get a forced deployment anyway. So I'm gonna pull out Betsy, because that's 3 damage, whereas this is sometimes 3 damage. So I would rather do 3 damage. I'm using additional power during my power phase. Awesome. Increase all lightning damage dealt by 1. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals to 2 targets with the highest HP X plus 1 projectile damage each, where X is the number of environment cards to the left of this one. Well, there is 0. Highest is Voss. Okay, so then we'll just do it there, I guess. Oh, good. We have the TCF Conqueror to make things harder. At least it's not a minion, though, so we didn't get a second play. But if we don't destroy it, we destroy 1 hero ongoing card at the start of their next turn. And the +1 effect is on Tucker. This is melee and cannot hit the Conqueror. We could probably just take it out, can't we? Because we just have to deal an average of 3 damage per turn to the Conqueror. It seems rather trivial. I'm gonna do Sharp Tongue on the Conqueror. We have what looks like a Dreamer card. Deal damage. If this card was played by one of your powers, reduce damage dealt by that target by 1 until the start of your next turn. Do you get rid of Gemini Indra? I mean, like, otherwise I have 2 reloads that do nothing and 2 RPG launchers that will do something. So I guess we say bye to Indra. We've already dealt 10 damage across 2 turns. I feel like the Conqueror is not going to last. However, we have all these reloads. I don't think this deck was shuffled. I had this problem in my very first Definitive Edition game where like, we didn't shuffle our decks well, and the top 3 cards of Fanatic's deck were all the same card. It can happen, of course, if you... It can happen if you shuffle that happens, but I clearly didn't shuffle it. It was previously sorted by... It was alphabetically sorted, and I shuffled it doing the overhand approach, which is generally pretty bad unless you do it a million times. Yeah, they come in alphabetical order, as I said. As I said, John. But you have to do this shuffle a million times for it to work. I didn't want to do the riffle shuffle on cards. I used to love doing the riffle shuffle, but now I've gotten paranoid that it makes your cards warped. And I try to avoid doing it to especially new cards. Riffle all the way, baby. There's no ongoing cards. Well, we don't have to destroy an ongoing card. It says you may destroy. It doesn't say forced destruction on it, which is cool. I think I'll just play that one. Like, sure. Do I want increase on someone? I'm gonna do it myself. Let's mix it up. Draw a card, do things. Top card of my deck was a critical, so I could have done something differently there. Discard any number of cards, destroy a target with X or fewer, where X is 2 times the number of cards discarded this way. So now I want a 40 card deck, a 40 card hand, so I could destroy a target with 80 or fewer HP. So I want to play in Magmaria so I can have, like, even more cards in my hand. I feel like that's going to be the next mission for another Letdown and I. Remember the Om Nom Nomni cannon? Still don't have any suits, and we have no environment targets. We could have actually prevented that guy from dealing damage, I suppose, but whatever. I wanted to play RPG Launcher, and I might play RPG Launcher again. None of these do anything. I guess this draws. I'm gonna draw. I was keeping that so that I could potentially draw more when I have suits, but I don't have suits. I still don't have suits. Why is TCF Conqueror still alive? I still don't have suits. I need additional powers to kill the Conqueror, don't I? Because these don't deal damage. Well, this does deal damage. But yeah, we need more. Reduce damage dealt to villain cards by 1. When this card enters play, the hero with the lowest HP must discard X cards. Well, that's rude. Actually, it doesn't have an ongoing effect. It just has a destroy effect later. I have to discard 1 card. Well, that's rude. Should I keep the guns because we're in gun club? I feel like I'm forced to keep the guns. I'm gonna discard the card that says put cards under my character card because I want the other ones. Well. That's just rude. -2 to villain cards. Also -10 to Voss. Or -8 to Voss. -8 to Voss. I can play up to 2 trick shots. But I only have the 1. It's kind of annoying. I'm definitely using RPG launcher on this asshole. But that, I'm kind of like trapped here. Oh, I can deal irreducible damage. I will do irreducible damage. Get my trick shot. I could have hit Voss with this, oh no! Alright, go away, stupid ascended edifice. Tsukiko can deal damage, but Tsukiko still doesn't have suits, right? Like, what is this? What is this, Tsukiko? Line them up. So like I currently have a +5 to my next damage. Okay. Hey, it's a critical. Tucker has a +3. I would like to have the Tango one's gonna end up doing self-damage by accident by the environment, I'm sure. I could look through the environment and see, but I'm not. Let me destroy 1 non-target environment card. I could destroy this, but it's not really doing anything other than this environment does things to the left of it, so that it could make other effects worse. I guess I would be playing this if I'm doing anything. Each player may shuffle their entire hand into their deck, then draw the number of cards they returned in this way. Hey, that actually helps Expatriate, I think. Did Expatriate draw something? Arsenal access? Each player replace their hero character cards with a variant of that hero. Well, that defeats the purpose of playing with these. I'm definitely... Yeah, we're shuffling... Each player may. So Tsukiko is... Magic wand. Two magic wands. That's surely better. Speed loading. Shock rounds. Hey, that could have been lightning damage, but too late. Well, we got ammos, I guess. Anyone else want different cards? I think you're fine. That's a lot of the card draw on Tango 1. Let's do that. Sniper rifle. That sniper rifle could one-shot a thing. Could one-shot a TCF Conqueror, for instance. That seems like a much better hand than we had a second ago. I like that hand. I think we'll keep the rest. Aha, Religalia. It was what I wanted. I need stuff that goes under my character card, but we haven't gotten that yet. That was +1. No. So we're using this power to kill the infantry, probably. Alternatively, I don't kill the infantry and Voss doesn't flip. The advantage of not flipping Voss is that he deals less damage. Like this deals more damage than this, right? Like, why did I flip this? Like, do we want Voss to deal 4 and 3 damage, or do we want this card to deal 3 damage? I think we want that card to deal 3 damage. So we're gonna leave it in play unless the environment kills it. I'm gonna play 3 steps ahead. I do have 2 powers. Like, it's so tempting to want to kill the infantry. I'm gonna just ping it. And then I will hit Voss for 1. We have damaged Grand Warlord Voss! Yes! Also, I've hidden Cash, which can put a card from under a thing I saw. Gemini Maya. This card deals the 2 targets with the highest X+1, which is going to be 2. Which does not hit Voss. Another infantry. Just bear in mind that Tucker has a +3. Feels like it's better to use twin pistols to kill an infantry, or 2 infantries. Yeah, we can kill 2 infantries with that. I think is better. Yeah. I could do irreducible damage to Voss to really capitalize on this. Ooh. Why was that +1 did? Increase all projectile damage. Okay. Maya, you are wonderful, and you're gonna stay in play. So what does that one do? At the end of your turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a trick shot card, you may put it into your hand, otherwise replace or discard it. Power, put up to 3 trick shot cards from your trash into your hand. Discard that many cards or destroy this card. Okay, so now shock rounds doesn't do anything. Hair trigger reflexes with Gemini Maya? Sure. You can just instantly kill whatever minion comes out. Well, not really, because it's only 2 damage, but we can have Tango 1 increase the next damage dealt by 1. Right? Yeah. Whenever? Whenever. Shuffle 2 cards from each trash back into their decks. Hey, we can get rid of minions. And we can actually deal damage with Tangle 1 then. So let's do that then. So what's going to be better? Putting minions we don't want to see or minions we do want to see back into the deck? Because, like, there's arguments either way. There's 3 copies of Force Deployment, which means that we can potentially see these cards 3 times, or up to 3 more times. If we put them back into the deck, they could possibly be played again. Like, it could be played immediately, of course. It could also be put on the bottom of the deck and won't be seen again for a while. So it sounds like we want to put the cards we don't want to see pulled back. Because, like, at worst, it's on the top of the deck and then gets force deploymented. So it'd be played 4 times, but if it's on the bottom of the deck, it would only be it would not be force deploymented, it would be done once. So we do the AoE ones then. Probably the non-psychic ones, because Tangle 1 is immune to psychic. And we do have to shuffle these. Well, I guess we lost the thing that was going to make the environment not hit us. Whoops. I want to increase Expatriate's next damage because we can just immediately destroy a minion. I'm gonna do it. I don't think there's any harm in making it a +3. I want this. Yes, I do. Okay. Put 1 revealed equipment card either into play or under your character card, then discard the other revealed cards. Let's do that for fun. We have the DV64 Scion and the Stun Baton. I want to put this under my card. Not sure which one I want under the card, but I want it under my card for fun. Don't want to discard it for this though. Hello, hero. Reduce damage dealt to villain cards. Still gonna say no to that. I guess it could have. It would have done 5 damage to Edifice. Reduce damage dealt to this card by X, where X is the number of environment cards to the left of this one by... Oh my god. I might have made a mistake. I might have made a mistake. It's okay. We're alive. I might not have made a mistake. One shot the Psyweaver. But we do have this problem now. Skip my play phase if I use a power on a handgun card. Yeah, so the annoying thing is now this is back. The Forgotten Djinn is terrible right now as well. But Pressure Drop will destroy itself at least. As long as you only destroy one other environment card. So if we want to destroy the Ascended Edifice and nothing else, is that okay? Might be okay. Projectile damage is +1. I could use like Derringer and play Pocket to reduce Voss's damage. Then I can use Twin Pistols to kill the Ascended Artifice and also hit Voss. That seems good. So shock rounds is still not, it's AoE, I guess, is the thing. I guess it doesn't change the damage type, it just says deal lightning damage. I think I'm gonna play the submachine gun. Because then you have it. I could just use the submachine gun. I don't think those environment cards are gonna be accidentally destroyed. Well, I guess it's less damage to Voss. But I don't want to lose my mint. Okay. I could just use the sniper rifle to kill, you know, Geograv Locus or whatever, but select a target. That target may not deal damage until the start of your next turn. So we could do that next turn on Voss, I suppose, to mitigate his damage. Do we want damage, or do we want to just keep increasing hero damage or something? Like, I want to play this next turn. But I can also see like value in like doing other things here. I think I'm gonna just put out damage here so we have some sort of damage machine here. I want to capitalize on the +1 to projectile damage, I guess. We have diamond and clubs, and if I play this, I would also have spades. So that's not currently working. None of these cards are working. No, diamonds will work. I want hearts. I might want hearts next turn. Hearts and diamonds, that is. So I think I'm gonna So that doesn't do it. I want to do this for heart. Now this is dealing 3 targets damage. Or 4 targets rather. It's doing 4 targets damage. But I do like the -1. Cargo pants does give me more suits. That's good. A low hero. Select another hero. If you play discard from your hand, charade deals the hero 2 irreducible psychic damage. The hero's player draws a card, then plays a card or uses a power. Hello, hero. Hello, hero. Need to get more ways of getting cards under this. It's kind of difficult right now. $54. Top card of the villain deck. Oh, good. Forced deployment out of turn. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. When this card enters play, it does a terrible thing, but at the start of the villain turn, I can move this card to a different spot. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. Oh my goodness gracious. Uh, 5 HP? I want that. Ow. Doesn't even hit us. Never mind, I don't want that. Damn it, why did I misread that card? Each environment and villain target regains 5. I thought it said each target regains 5. Damn it! I'm mad. I'm mad! You're moving to the left. That is some voodoo magic that what happened there. Okay, well, yes to all. Probably should have just said yes to all of the environment stuff, but for some reason I thought I still had a plus net damage to my next damage. This is what we refer to in tabletop circles as a table flip. Immune to psychic. Immune to psychic. Tsukiko survives! Oh my god, it's a bloody miracle that no one died there. A bloody miracle. Okay. I presume that... Like, I could use Pistol Whip and also use an additional power, but the +1 on projectile is helping more. I can kill the Gene-bound guard with the +1 on projectile, and then I can deal indiscriminate damage to the minions. This is just terrible. Terrible. I mean, it's basically what would happen against Boss, except it got accelerated by an entire freaking round. Okay, well, Tsukiko's gonna use base power, presumably. And then we'll end up dying. I don't have a trick shot, though. Good turn for shock rounds, except it doesn't hit the shock infantry, so damn it. Hollow points, though. I could have just done hollow points this entire time, I guess. This is what happens when you look ahead. And order matters. Order no longer matters. Do I need to take out these environments? Like, we're at risk of dying. So I'm gonna take out the thing that doesn't hit us, but, you know. I can destroy this card to prevent this damage. Okay, so this one is one that was big damage. This one we kind of just have to accept. This one heals, which is bad. This is Voss, who is bad. I'll hit you, whatever. I don't want you to die, but I also am okay if you die, because you hit us less than. I can actually play this on Tango 1, because you're immune to Psychic. We want Tango 1 to do something extra here. I can reveal the top two cards of Voss's deck to make sure we don't get another forced deployment out of turn, I suppose. Sure. I probably could have played that on Tango 1's very turn, but I'm dumb. It's one of those cantrips. Victor? On a turn where Voss isn't dealing damage is totally fine. Do I want to control the environment as well? Yes, I do. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, what? What? No? No? Do I want this to hit 4 hero targets for 5 damage? I don't even have 5 hit points. No. Okay. We have a timeline right now. We have a timeline. Oh my god. Okay, well now we have someone with more than 5 hit points. That's the good news. Actually, I didn't want to hit that guy with that. Whoops. I lost my mint, by the way. But I think that mint is not an issue anymore once you have your entire party at 10 or fewer hit points. Oh hey, this is highest hit points. Nice. Gonna move it. We're gonna move it. This is a very risky play. Oh yeah, that was voodoo magic that happened. That was voodoo magic. Alright, now what? I'm gonna play Pistol Whip. Oh, I'm gonna draw first. Of course. It's really weird. I can do my power phase before my play phase, and that might be correct. Play up to 2 trick shots. Haven't used up the effect yet, have we? Yeah, so we do have to redirect some instance of damage somewhere. But this plus 2 damage to the next damage does not get used up with the redirect. And I could ride the currents, I suppose. And this also deals damage. I have no other trick shots. So let's do Scratch. Thank you for the raid, Take Walker. This is an interesting fight. Now, one hero may use a power. Which actually could just be Tucker. It's just me. Well, you count. You do count after all. So now that I'm done with my power phase, all that leaves is my play phase. This is gonna get used up though. That's going to be really interesting. What if this card gets destroyed in the middle? Like, what if I do my draw phase, then my power phase, then my play phase, and my play phase destroys this card? Do I then get my power phase and draw phase again? Like, that happens with... That happens with Wager Master, but I don't know if that happens with Commodora. So start with draw. So we know the top card of the environment deck. Also, we know the top card of Voss's deck. Top card of the environment deck is Flying Bus. I'm just gonna hit 2 hero targets for 5 if we destroy all the environment targets. Which, if we're gonna do that, we want to like destroy, like Toppled Skyscraper is gonna get destroyed by redirection anyway. Gemini Maya's potentially just gonna get destroyed by us. So that's gonna hit us for 5, which is really stupid. Currently that means Tango 1 takes 5 and Expatriate takes 5, so that's nice. Oh, but I can Flak Jacket and survive it. But then I die to Voss probably. Do I have to play Flak Jacket to survive the environment, or do I try to pile up as much damage on Voss to avoid the next environment play? Because we do have a lot of damage, potentially. I'm doing the thing that I said I wasn't going to do, and look ahead a little bit, because that's kind of important. Six other cards. I can destroy a target with 12. But that's too late. Or too early, I guess. I guess we're gonna use this, aren't we? That gives me more HP. All hero targets regain 3, actually. So we then survive with Flak Jacket? I think we survive with Flak Jacket. What was the top card here, though? It was Genebound Frosthound. We could survive that, maybe. I think we do survive then, but then Voss goes off and we die. Or not we die, but 2 people die. Because you're hitting for 4 and 3. We don't have another means of prevention here. Like, at best I can just do 1 extra damage to you is the thing. And this also lowers my damage if I do this, so it's like I do less damage to you because projectile is increased by 1. I think I play Flak Jacket. And actually, if I use the submachine gun, I actually hit Voss. Oh, actually, why do I do it that way when I'm an idiot? Thought I was being clever because there's another non-hero target. No, just hit the frickin' target first. Be smart about this, logic. I guess we can potentially, yeah, just prevent damage to Tango 1 sometimes. Instead of trying to, like, do extra damage. Yeah, that's probably like the safest way to do this. Have fun with the gun club! Are you heading out, Tickwalker? If so, thanks for stopping by, and if not, then I am having fun. Are you having fun? Also smoke and mirrors, okay. We can redirect it. Oh no, but we're not redirecting the big hit. You just want to see what I was up to. Okay. I will still reduce damage to save me a little bit. We can always, yeah, we can always take you out with this one. I can put up to 2 cards from my trash under my character card. Need damage to Voss irreducible because we're only getting 1 minion out. I think that's okay. I guess we could have like piled up a bunch of pluses on Expatriate with hair trigger reflexes and maybe been able to one-shot the flying bus, but that's a big maybe because it depends on what this is. And I think that's the only other source of plus damage. I don't think we're really getting mileage out of this, unless we're... Whenever you put a card into play from anywhere other than your hand, regain a hit point. If I put a card under my character card this turn, draw a card. I don't have cards I can put into play because I'm discarding one. I think I just want to do this for like straight up damage. Do I even want to move this? Let's say yes. And then I do big hit on Voss. And then I do big hit Voss and then kill Gemini Maya. So that now the bus only hits 2 hero targets. So we don't die, and I think we're fine. I don't like the number of damage on that card, but I think we're fine. Oh, actually it's just 1 hero target because there's 0 things left. Okay. It was not a critical. Black Jacket saves Expatriate. I can redirect this to the Frosthound and take 0 damage. Yay. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Alright, so what did we learn? What lessons have we learned? I, for one, have learned that I can do anything with the power of friendship. And this has an ongoing effect too, which is, it doesn't just deal damage when it enters play. Also with the power of guns. Anything is possible with guns. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Damn it. No, don't rewind to draw a card. That was dumb. Go Pride and then Prejudice. for the ultimate finisher. Bam, bam. Well, that was close. It was made a lot closer than it should have been because stupid environment played forced deployment and we had no recourse. We did have a setup where we could have destroyed forced deployment in the middle of the hero round and therefore like been able to mitigate the minion damage by destroying some of them in advance, but the environment took that away from us. Stupid environment. All right, well, let's look at the stats for this game. We have dealt 73 projectile damage in this fight. It's a overall total of 2,973 projectile damage. Hero targets were dealt 126 damage for a global total of 7,953. 14 targets were destroyed in this game for a global total of 7,327. My boss record is now 39-17. But that still beats the overall record of 12,563 victories and 39,716 defeats. Yeah, the Sentinels statistics are like missing here. But they are tracked, right? They're just not displayed on this screen. But it's cute to have them in Spirit Island, cute to have them in One Deck Dungeon. Does Aeon's End have them? They have to have them, right? Anyway. I think that wraps things up for this week. We've been going for 2 hours. We did do the gun club. So I successfully fulfilled Seamus's suggestion. I was gonna say promise, but it wasn't a promise. It wasn't a demand either. It was a suggestion. We are here every Monday at 7 p.m. to play some games for you. By we, I mean me. No one else, just me. But my name is Logic Dolphin. I am a dolphin of logic proportions, and I'm here every Monday at 7 p.m. We also have Handelabra Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. with John. We have Luck of the Seamus every Friday at 4 p.m. with Seamus the Hug Monster. We have Spirit Island Saturdays every Saturday at 2 p.m. with usually myself, usually John, usually Seamus, sometimes Jeff Dugan, and sometimes a guest who claims the 20,000 point Handelabra reward. And we do know that Lakey00 will be a guest on an upcoming Spirit Island Saturdays. So you can look forward to having a guest on stream to yell at us for not playing things correctly. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. Handelabra products include Sentinels the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island, and they are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. Follow us at twitch.tv/Handelabra Games, or Twitter or YouTube is Handelabra. Follow me personally at twitch.tv/Logic Dolphin, twitter.com/Logic Dolphin, on YouTube search Logic Dolphin. I generally play games from the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy, but I'm also prone to branch out sometimes, such as with Slay the Spire, or with Factorio, or Resident Evil sometimes. Next week, like he says. I wasn't gonna say it until... But he confirms it next week. I knew which date it was, I just didn't want to say it. I don't like making official announcements ahead of when they should be officially announced. Yelled at for not playing cards correctly. Or... Also, look, you're up rather late, aren't you? In the Netherlands, I believe. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the future. Goodbye.